Can homes in India be made affordable? Today, homes in Indian cities are expensive. Globally, it takes 5 years of average income to buy a home. In India, however, it takes 11 years of income. In Mumbai, it takes 34 years of income to buy a home. But there is a suggestion, a daring and risky solution perhaps. But before I come to it, let's first understand the costs that go into building homes. There are 5 big costs in construction of a home. The first one, land. The builder acquires the land to construct a building on it. The second cost, government charges. As a builder, you can't construct any number of apartments on a plot of land. There is a formula drafted by the government. It is called FSI in real estate language, or floor space index. The builder pays the government for this FSI. Over and above, there are many other charges to be paid to the government, from stamp duty to GST. Number 3, cost of construction. Once you have the land and the government permissions, then the builder constructs the building. This involves fee for the contractor, material like concrete and steel, elevators, etc. The fourth big cost, interest cost. Most builders invest only 20 to 30% of the project cost. They depend to a large extent on loans. And often, these are expensive loans that have a very high interest cost. The fifth biggest cost, sales and brokerage fee. Unlike many other industries, in real estate, the product is sold before it is built. Builders depend on money from the home buyer to build the project. It is estimated that 60% of a project cost is funded by the home buyer himself. That means builders want sales quickly and early. For that, builders need brokers, and brokers need good commissions. Now, there is a reason why these 5 charges are very high. India has too many builders with a lot of optimism, but with too little capital. A lot of optimism makes costs go higher, while little capital makes quality go lower. Too many builders mean excess competition for land. Instead of 5 bidders, there are 25 bidders, raising the cost of the land. Too many builders also mean limited unity and ability to influence policy. No group is big enough to improve bureaucracy as they have low bargaining power. If 100 builders are unhappy, there are 900 builders who will easily accept the system. Too many builders with too little capital also mean they are risky borrowers, and that means loans are expensive. That's why it's not uncommon to see builders even today borrow at interest rates of 15 to 20% per year. And if a scam erupts, then the costs for almost all the builders often go up. So the proposal that I have, it's bombastic and probably outlandish. Ban the sale of under construction homes. Homes can be sold only after completion. Your first thought probably may be, what? That will make homes more expensive, as builder will have to borrow even more money at expensive rates to complete the project, raising the overall cost which has to be paid by the home buyer. It's possible, but there is a counter thought I have. Banning the sale of under construction homes means only builders with money or access to money remain in the game. Just like if you don't have money, you don't start a car company or a telecom company. Similarly, if you don't have money, don't become a builder. Then there are only 2 types of builders: cash-rich small builders or cash-rich big builders. The number of builders does come down by at least 75%, but the 25% builders who remain become bigger. The immediate impact is on land prices. Land prices don't balloon as the number of bidders come down from 25 to 5. These 5 builders become big and even giants over a period of time. But that also makes them have the ability to influence policy and reforms at the government level. Approvals are done not as a favor but as a responsibility. Even the cost of construction becomes efficient as there is not as much competition for contractors or labor. Prices of elevators or glass can be negotiated better given the demand requirement by big builders. With the size of builders rising, the ability to get loans is also higher and the cost of the loans becomes lower. Overall, costs can come down by 25 to 30% for a builder. For home buyers, there is zero risk of stalled projects. If a project gets stalled, there is no home buyer anyway who has booked an apartment. Are there risks? Yes. The first one, cartel. Banning sale of under construction homes means only big builders will remain who can then form a cartel and raise prices. The second point, it's against capitalism. You purchase an airline ticket in advance of your trip, then why are you stopping purchase of a home before it is delivered? This is against the core ethos of capitalism, which rests on choice to the buyer. The third one, supply of homes will become lower and slower as limited builders will be in business. That will drive home prices even higher. Fourth, many plots that have no location or size advantage and are being built by small builders today, those plots will remain untouched. All these are possibilities, but there is an outcome that can play very differently if executed right. Because today, the model is broken. If you have low sales, the project gets stuck. If you have good sales, builder focus on quality reduces. The new model, focus on quality as buyer only buys after possession when he can see the apartment and the building. The second point on cartel, if regulated correctly, real estate can get the best of both worlds. We can get the benefits of competition that are there in telecom without the risks that are there in aviation. The third point on capitalism, keep sale of under construction homes open, but for a separate category. Investor, he can invest in the unit or as a shareholder in the project. Next point, supply. The quantity of supply will come down, but the quality of the supply will go up. The builders are brands who are governed less by massive regulations, but more by catering to public perception. Small plots, they will be developed. Real estate then will not be about big builders or small builders, but about cash-rich big builders and cash-rich small builders. The bargaining power, however, will move from landowner to the builder. Is this doable? Can this be a new idea for real estate? Tell me in the comments below.